Today, we got Dylan.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice. Welcome. So Dylan's running for mayor. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Dylan Harty. I'm running for mayor of Airdrie. Youth can be in office, and that's what I want to really reiterate in my platform. I have experience in leadership, software development, which makes me very data focused. I look at result, and that's what I want to bring to City Hall.
Somebody comes through and say, yo, what you gonna do for me with taxes, man?
Let's all be honest, we hate taxes. I don't want to raise taxes. I want to look at reallocation of funds, density of our tax base, business and residential and mixed use within Airdrie. That creates more leasing space for businesses, creates more living spaces for people. Rents can equalize within the market. Instead of one property paying X amount of money, now you have 4 people maybe in that same area. You're able to get more taxing without raising the taxes. I want to look at these things so the quality of life in Airdrie doesn't decline. People are taken care of. There's more jobs, there's more business opportunity.
That model might work in Calgary, for example, man. But then you bring that model over here, people's gonna be like, nah, we don't want something like that, cause you know that's a lot more people in one spot.
It doesn't matter if it's me for mayor or someone else. Either your taxes get raised or you're looking at a more dense city. We have to incentivize businesses and stuff to kind of like revitalize our downtown. We have all this land around us that we can start planning better neighborhoods and districts that incorporate this mixed use model. And that doesn't mean we're gonna start sardining people. It's about what's a good quality of life.
Where do you see those buildings coming?
What we would most likely be looking at is any areas that there's like vacant lot. We could look at, is there an opportunity here? Does it need to be a park, or does it need to be businesses? Does it need to be mixed use?
Strategic growth, what does it mean to you?
To me, it's using data and new construction methods to build the services and the amenities that we need today. Prefab buildings, a lot of them are better built than what these buildings are today, right? They can be put up in like 3 months.
Is there anything that you see in Airdrie right now that needs to be taken care of?
Why do we have like some of the least amount of rinks of any city? Why don't we have another pool yet? We can get an Olympic pool up, we can get more rinks up.
They will come and say budget, but then how do you fix that?
We want to look at other technologies. Do we need a concrete pool? Why can't we put in a steel pool? We need to work with the developers and be like, what can we do here to get your business, but also not charge our taxpayers like bazillion dollars? We need another Genesis Center, and we needed it like 10 years ago.
Got a lot of teenagers, youth right now they can't get no jobs.
It's about incentivizing small businesses, local businesses, and even more industrial and commercial. Create more jobs, stimulate the economy within Airdrie. I want to make a promise to the Airdronians that if I get into office, it's going to be a big priority to make sure that the business density in Airdrie is going to be a top priority. I'm going to work as hard as I can to make sure that I set the foundation for it to be possible.
What kind of incentives would you say you would give to those businesses?
I want to make sure that businesses being formed in Airdrie are of good intent. I hope that the intention would be people starting companies in Airdrie and stuff would want to support the local economy, and making sure that when you're putting a job posting up there for, let's say, a junior, for example, a junior doesn't need 10 years experience and have 20 degrees.
I hear a lot of people talk about red tape building. What is it you're going to change right there to reduce the red tape so we can get businesses coming in and buildings going up?
We're one of the longest permit times in Alberta. As a mayor, at the end of the day, I have quite limited power, but my power comes in influence, making strong connections with people that are willing to work with City Council and myself, evaluate all these areas, like why do permits take so long in Airdrie? We look at like the permitting officers, the bylaws, what can we make easier?
How are you going to be transparent to the peoples out here in Airdrie?
When's the last time you read a PDF on the city website?
I ain't never read none of that.
Exactly. We need to start looking at newer formats, even if it's something like TikTok, cost effective, but also able to allow people to understand what the current government is doing for them. Just so you know, that art installation, for example, that we put in has generated this amount of tourism for the city, and that means that it stimulates our economy. We got to start engaging the youth to understand that democracy is important.
What is it that we're going to get for the kids out here?
Part of my platform is also looking at entertainment district that's going to actually attract people, attract youth, attract family, attract seniors even, and And that keeps the youth engaged. Moving it over to a different kind of point of view, what can we use for speed control devices? It's looking at bylaws, it's looking at our community officers, it's about putting in passive speed inhibitors. I'm very much about an agile approach to leadership. As a whole, we all need to see what Airdronians need.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dylan right here. I think this kind of message will resonate a lot with the young kids who are voting now. I appreciate you. I appreciate what all like the points that you're talking about. Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Thank you.
Pretty humble with y'all,
Yeah.
man. Thank you very much. Yeah, peace.